Lana, girl, wagwan, okay? Wagwan. That you woke up and you were like, I'm just gonna reach and pull out Beyonce today. Hey guys, it's Ebony Explains It All, and today I am back with another YouTube video, and I just want to address why people woke up today and felt the need to address Beyonce. So the first day of Gemini season starts the same way anything with Geminis start, in confusion. So I woke up this morning and I have been trying to do this thing where I don't get on social media for at least 2 hours when I wake up, but something told me to hop on there anyways, and I did, and I'm glad I did because I just saw this post that somebody put up, that Lana Del Rey put up in this really tiny font, and I was like, I was just waking up, so I'm like, I can't even read this, but then I saw something about Beyonce and I'm like, oh no, like what is going on? Like, what do we have here? So if you haven't seen the Instagram post, go to Lana Del Rey's Instagram page. It's probably still up. I don't think she's deleting it, but anyways, she put up this post where she addresses singers, mostly women of color, and Ariana Grande, and says that she says they're allowed to sing about whatever they want, but people are being critical about her singing about what she wants, and she's upset about it. So I guess she woke up and she saw Doja Cat and Nicki and Beyonce and Megan on the top of the charts and was like, that's where I want to be. Why haven't I been up there? And then she thought about all the critics talking about her music, saying that she glamorizes abusive and unhealthy relationships, and she feels like she doesn't. So she decided that she would list out these women that get to do what she is getting criticized for doing. There's like so many confusing statements that she starts with. Like, when does Ariana Grande sing a song about having no clothes on? Like, I'm not a ponytail, I'm not a mocha latte or anything, but yeah, I must have missed that song. I don't know, maybe I missed that song. So my initial thoughts when I read this was like, if you are so upset about, Beyonce and Nicki and Doja Cat and all of them being number one, and you want to be number one, why didn't you just go do what Miley Cyrus did and start twerking or something? I'm sure A$AP Rocky would appreciate it. So Lana Del Rey is fed up with the female writers and singers that critique her music and say she glamorizes abuse. So you called out Beyonce, but what does that have to do with Beyonce? Because I googled it and I was like, Lana Del Rey album critiques, and not anywhere did I find Beyonce. Honestly, I should go back and Google Lana Del Rey and Beyonce, and this is probably going to be the first time that they both get pulled up in an article, and that's only because she called Beyonce out and not because Beyonce called her out or said anything about her. We all know Beyonce doesn't talk about people like that. If she says, somebody asks her a comment about Lana Del Rey, she'll probably be like, oh, I love her, because Beyonce is not messy like that. We know that. So I don't understand why she thought she could be messy and call Beyonce out. I'm not a huge fan of Lana Del Rey. Like, I don't know her discography. I honestly know one song, and that one song does glamorize like an unhealthy relationship. It kind of makes it feel like luxurious. I think the cover art is a yacht or something, which she chose, and the way she sung it, she chose to do that too, and the music, she chose that as well. So I don't understand, like, why is she picking at Beyonce? Like, still trying to figure out what that has to do with Beyonce. It sounds to me that Lana Del Rey is just upset that people are saying that her music is not healthy and it's not good and it's anti-feminist, which from this post I can tell when she says she's not a feminist that she doesn't really know what feminism means. I don't think she quite understands what it means. Honestly, feminism is such like a simple concept. People just make it so complicated and think it has to do with like way more complicated things than what it really is, but it's just really simple, honestly. Of course, it's not simple to like live as a feminist. As we see, she thinks she's a feminist and she's not. But still, I still don't know why she decided to pick on Beyonce. Because if the streets are saying that your music is glamorizing abuse, then you should take that up with the streets and not with Beyonce, who never said that. Honestly, if Lana Del Rey wants to continue to put out the music and content that she's putting out, despite people telling her that this is sending a horrible message and that you are promoting bad relationships, she should just go ahead and do that, I guess. Because as we see, there is a singer that's in prison right now who we have seen his lyrics were very, very unhealthy, very dangerous, promoting horrible things, and people still support him. So in a nutshell, Lana Del Rey is saying that she is not allowed, as a woman, that she is not allowed to sing about her relationships and her bad relationships and things. And she's making that unfair because Beyonce, gets to sing about whatever without critique. And she's blaming Beyonce. So this is a mess because we all saw Beyonce's example of a horrible relationship with the elevator incident on TMZ, and of course Beyonce addresses that in Lemonade, and she talks about how that was unhealthy and how she had to heal from that and fix that. So it sounds like to me that Lana Del Rey's problem is her music is not good enough. Okay, the streets are not saying that her music is good enough. Like, it's not the content that's the issue, it is the way you're presenting your music. Beyonce gave us such a whole body of work that was just, very well produced, very well thought out. I can't really say if Lana Del Rey does the same because I don't know her music like that, but maybe that could be part of the issue. Beyonce has worked so hard to get where she is and to get to the point where she gets to put out what music that she wants to put out. Maybe Lana Del Rey is forgetting that. Like, Beyonce had her psychopath father had waken her up to go run miles and sing as a child, okay? That is a lot of work ethic that she has put in to get to where she can sing about what she wants to sing about. And when she does that, she has to do that on her own. She has to put her music out and stand on her own. Like, is her label gonna back her? They didn't want to back the Beyonce album. She had to do that all on her own. So I still don't understand why Lana Del Rey decided to pick on Beyonce over this, because it really has nothing to do with Beyonce. And she's saying that her music is critiqued. People make, it's a hobby for a lot of people to pick out the worst things and just hate on Beyonce and just say, oh, she's not that talented, oh, she can't sing, she doesn't have that good songs. I remember being 14 and 15 years old, going to PerezHilton.com and reading his articles, and he would call her Beowulf. Countless, like, there's so many countless examples of people critiquing Beyonce and not even critiquing her music, like, because we can critique art and we can, like, critically enjoy art, but people don't even do that. They're like, oh, she looked like a man at the Super Bowl, oh, she can't sing, oh, she can't really dance, oh, she stole this, oh, she stole that. Like, just making up stuff. Because quite honestly, I think people are just deep down jealous of Beyonce's talent and her work ethic because it's something that they lack, so they hate on it. Like, all of Lana's arguments are just go out the window. Like, I could go on and on and on about Beyonce, but she really just needs to leave Beyonce alone and leave Beyonce out of it, because you're bringing Beyonce into something that has nothing to do with Beyonce, okay? Beyonce puts out her art and she's worked for that, okay? And talking about, like, you want to be able to sing about what you want to sing about. Doja Cat sang about being a cow and everybody was walking around going moo, okay? So I think it's just an issue of personal style. Like, are we working hard enough? Are our talents the same? Is the work ethic the same? So of course this leads to a comment that Lana Del Rey posted on her Instagram story where she says, don't make this a woman of color issue. It's not about, that. She's not racist at all. This is about, let me pull it up because she said, it's exactly the point of my post. There are certain women that culture doesn't want to have a voice. It may not have to do with race. I don't know what it has to do with. Okay, so maybe is it your record label that doesn't want you to put out music? Or maybe it's just people are not relating. And sometimes people critique your art and they don't like it. You know, that's what my therapist told me, that you are not for everybody. Okay? And you're just putting your art out there to find your tribe of people that like what you create. So, you know, and there's plenty of artists who I think are so amazing and will never top the Billboard charts. But does that make their art any more less amazing? Does it mean I enjoy it any less? No. Lana Del Rey, leave Beyonce alone and leave her out of it, because this absolutely has nothing to do with Beyonce at all. Like, you know, I wouldn't even say does Beyonce know you, but you know, Beyonce, she likes music. Okay, she's a musician, she's a singer, she's an artist. I'm sure she's heard some Lana Del Rey. You know, she probably went to Forever 21 or Target. No, she probably don't shop at Forever 21. She probably heard it, you know, shopping somewhere. I don't know. She probably saw her at an award show. You know, she could be a fan of the girl's music. Like, that's totally not unreasonable for Beyonce, obviously. So I think if Lana Del Rey wants Beyonce to continue being a fan of her, she should zip it. Some more confusion about this. She says, I've been honest and optimistic about the challenging relationships I've had. Newsflash, that's just how it is for many women. And that was sadly my experience up to the point those records were made. So she feels like she paved the way for other women to stop putting on a happy face and just be able to say what they wanted in their music. So she's really saying, like, the past 10 years, it was all of her hard work that has been done that paved the way for Beyonce to get to make Lemonade. No, that's not true, because I remember being a child and singing along with Beyonce and Kelly and Michelle about wanting to throw my pager that I didn't have out the window because this man was getting on my nerves and wouldn't leave me alone. That sounds like a challenging relationship to me, Lana. And we can name like countless women who have, you know, written about this, who have sung about challenging relationships. Like, honestly, you write about what you know. You know, when you start out, you write about what you know, of course. So that's the most authentic place to come from, is writing about something that you know. So people have been writing about that for longer than 10 years. Like, women have been writing about that longer than 10 years. This is honestly like Aretha Franklin. Like, what are you talking about? This is exhausting. Like, and her talking about her note of sadness in her music. Like, you are not the first woman to write about sadness. Like, have you listened to Misery Business, like Paramore, at all? So her saying that her sadness, if it had been in the 1920s, her sadness would have been deemed hysteria. Right now, honestly, she is a little hysterical and a little delusional. This post is kind of delusional. So I looked into Lana Del Rey's birth chart, and I saw she's really close to, you know, Gemini season. Her birthday is at the end of it. So, you know, it will be like, let's assume she's a Gemini with this confusion, but she clarified her birth time. So she's actually a Cancer, which we know Cancers are mean crybabies. She also, her moon is in Leo, which, you know, let's see, you want emotional attention. You want attention that is emotionally comforting to you. You woke up, you didn't see any attention. I don't know. Leos are kind of lazy. Leo has lazy energy to me. So, you know, that could be an issue for her. She has Venus in Taurus, you know. Okay, I can see the glamorous, luxurious side of everything. The drama with the love, you know. Of course, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So, We love it. She has Mars in Cancer, so I'm a Cancer rising. I get really, really moody, so I can relate to her being moody and being ruled by the moon, and kind of just like her mood rules her. So she was probably like in her feelings today, and she just decided she needed to talk about it because she wasn't getting any attention. Still, leave Beyonce out of it. I feel like everybody wants to compare themselves to Beyonce, but everyone does not want to work as hard as Beyonce. Like, did you have a father pushing you as much as Matthew Knowles did? Probably not. Was your mother Tina Knowles? No. You know, my parents weren't. My parents aren't. Okay? I still live at home. So, you know, let's be realistic here. So funny, you guys. The last line of the first picture side of her Instagram post says, and I quote, anyways, none of this has anything to do about much. Then she goes to say, but I'll be detailing my feelings in blah 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 poetry book. Of course, everybody wants to call out Beyonce when they need some press, okay? You want some free press, of course. Start out with Beyonce and then lead to, oh yeah, I'm releasing a book in a couple months, so you guys can all buy the book. Her music streams probably went up to off of Beyonce's name, honestly, so whatever. You know, at the end of the day, Beyonce's not hurting from it, so I don't care. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Lana put out an album tomorrow, like surprise drop. It is Friday, and you know Beyonce did start the trend of surprise dropping your album on Friday with no promo, even though this would count as her promo. So, I don't know. Beyonce is probably somewhere, you know, still donating PPE and other personal care items to people of Houston and the surrounding areas. And, you know, Lana Del Rey, what have you done for the good people of Wisconsin? What have you done for your community? You know, I honestly think Lana Del Rey's ploy for attention was pretty effective because her whining about her music and how people are saying she's endorsing abusive relationships honestly makes me want to go through her music and be like, are you? You know, because I thought she was just kind of known for like drugs and stuff. And I do recall her and A$AP Rocky had that video out, but I don't know what the song sounds like at all. But now I'm like kind of curious to go through her lyrics and be like, were you glamorizing it? Because the one song that I heard, obviously she was. I don't even remember the name of that song. Anyways, I just want us to leave this trend of picking on other people or saying crazy things for free promo and press. Like, you know, Instagram is free, Snapchat is free, Twitter is free. Just post your stuff on there and like stop being dramatic, you know, especially off Beyonce's name. Like, just stop. You know, if you like, Beyonce might work with you. Like, if you're talented enough, you're good enough, and you're not out here in the streets being messy, Beyonce might work with you. And what better press is that than working with Beyonce? Yeah, so just, you know, leave Beyonce alone. Like, leave her out of it. There was no need to call Beyonce out, or Doja Cat, or Kehlani, or Nicki Minaj, or Cardi B, or Camilla. That's another story. Or, you know, I'm forgetting Ariana Grande. Like, there was no need for that. Like, you know, if those are your favorite people, let them be your favorite people. Like, don't drag them in the mud because of somebody critiquing what you put out. And another thing that I want to address on here, leave Azealia Banks out of it. Like, people are twittering, where's Azealia? Azealia, come and go off on Lana Del Rey. And first of all, no, stop, okay? Leave Azealia Banks alone, okay? She does not have to go off on Lana Del Rey. She did jump in and, you know, put in her 2 cents. But I think this is totally unfair because, you know, most of the time you people hate Azealia Banks. You guys will get the end of an argument that Azealia Banks has with somebody, or you'll take out the worst thing Azealia Banks says and says, oh, Azealia Banks is awful because she said blank. But we don't look at the whole conversation and we don't say what led up to Azealia Banks saying that. We don't listen to Azealia Banks explaining the situation either after it happens. We just made Azealia Banks the villain, the horrible, horrible, horrible villain, okay? And we have 50 Cent who used to do the same thing on Instagram all the time, and he has a TV show and he's getting a spin-off series. So leave Azealia Banks out of this, you know. And Azealia Banks is super, super talented, and Lana Del Rey knew not to bring her up because no, she didn't want it. Azealia Banks is not going to let you play in her face and talk about her without her clapping back. She's just not. But I still want people to stop expecting Azealia Banks to jump in now when it's convenient, when any other time you would wait until after she's jumped in and then pull out the worst thing she said and then call her crazy and evil and hateful and all these things and make her into the bad guy when she's not. And I also want Azealia Banks to not jump into this because she has been posting on her Instagram page that she has been getting death threats and due to something, and that she's just tired of being in mess, and like she just has no energy to go back and forth with anybody, because in her real life she is dealing with a neighbor that has been threatening her, been scaring her. She posted a picture of him and signs that he's posted in like the adjacent houses and adjacent space around her house that says "I'm watching you." And so she is tired and she is really dealing with that. So no, you're not gonna call on Azealia Banks like she's an attack dog. No, leave her alone, leave her out of it, everybody. So in the comments, let me know what you guys thought about Lana Del Rey. If you're one of her stans, can you let me know, like, where should I start with her music? Like, I want to know about this song, like these lyrics that are so horrible. Like, where should I start? Thanks for watching.